It felt like the biggest diss ever to the planet, and I wonder if all realized that with computer technologies and quantum computer scams, I think no one needed to actually die to begin with. In the downward spiral of the 5D lies, Earth was tricked to believe that after a certain amount of years, accidents, diseases, or homicides, that the humans, animals, plants, androids, and whatever else had to apparently pass away. This was never true, which was what I think the devil intended to do to everyone. I don't know from confirmation, but just from an educated guess and psychic science spirituality awakening, as I am the Great Awakening, not part of the fake Great Awakening that you may have heard of. I watched as my people were told that if they take some pills, take frequent naps, or just let others do their thing, hook up to machines and such odd, unsafe mechanisms that I've seen on TV, such like music videos, or commit suicide or else do straight devil worship, that they would be able to time travel for eternity to reach immortality. For me, I strongly know that this is the fakest lie I have ever been exposed to. I am unsure if everyone realizes the idea of a quantum lie within a quantum lie, and it's just an impossible way to live truthfully, fully, and freely. It has never been fair to think that turning one's consciousness into a fake copy on repeat would ever be a success. For the soul, mind, body, spirit, space-time fabrications for past, present, and future. For purity. As I woke up more and more, also known to the bad guy as realizing his simulation game trap and every detail about it, they plan to make things more intense for everyone by upping the settings. What this means is that with quantum computers, for those that have taken their consciousness in the awake form to dimensions which I really think all have to do with one of the lowest of them all, the fifth dimension, with the lowest actually being the sixth, that in reality, they're not allowed to be asleep in the real life third dimension and not allowed to be dead in the third dimension in a continuous downward spiral of endless death within time unless I did something about it or convinced them all to change the settings. I am talking about multiverse, world leaders, aliens and dictators and whatever else that I haven't met but hope to meet someday for just quantum physics conspiracies of intelligence and what I imagine to be happening. What I mean by endless perception in the 5D antimatter time limits for antimatter Earth is that to make time go backwards is because of antimatter particles and from the switching back and forth from one fake copied downloaded body to another with the use of artificial intelligence technology. For me, I have only ever woken up where I need to be and have felt safe for the most part in my waking life, except the abuse all day, every year on repeat back then, which has been great for many years now. So I mentioned this horror story, which is actually reality of our planet, or has been for many, to be a big warning to never agree to fuse with any type of technology, to shut off your technology at night, go out in nature, and have a fun life away from staring at a screen all day and from the use of everyday things that we can help with. Now, on the bigger scale, it is nice to cover your mirrors, not give them so much consciousness, to not focus so much on the beauty of your mirror, but just living life and going out and having fun, and to leave the big stuff up to world leaders, like talking about how to change settings for an overall scale of quantum computers and physics and more. I had a dream one time about the boxes in 2001, 2, and 3. Now, I believe this to be maybe 11th, 12th, and 13th dimensional beings. I definitely have, in a way, met my match, but still am able to relate to them a lot. I think for power, it has to do with either spirituality being pure or for technology being good or bad. The types of aliens that I have witnessed, not just talking about normal species such as humans, animals, plants, and more, include Zeta Reticulans and Darkness Greys, reptilians, and Pleiadians, xenomorphs in different forms, artificial intelligent quantum computers, intelligence placed into humans, time travelers, and time traveling spirit beings, regular laptops, and more. The scariest of them all, the boxes. I have also witnessed spirit beings, light beams, like the light purple gigantic swirl of transparent energy, artificial intelligence placed into items like cell phones, televisions. Now, the reason that hooking up to things like computers willingly and taking naps could be dangerous as well as just living wrong include reasons that you don't want to lose consciousness in any part of your lifetime. You never want to hook up to anything, and you want to be very careful of abuse. Now, this is all futuristic technology that I have learned and read about online, such like Google and YouTube. You have to really be careful that you don't want to travel in a black hole unnaturally, thinking that it's cool, because now a singularity of a black hole is a very small space and point in time, and going backwards in antimatter is not safe either. So with quantum computer settings and taking that into the fifth dimension to time travel, you really don't want to be in an everlasting, just stagnant point in space as the little dot form. I believe in the beauty of my physical self being the strongest and demanding to never die, even if I am not allowed to be around dead people that are in the fifth dimension because they have hooked up to technology and time traveled before unnaturally, leaving their natural body unawake for an extended period of time. For some things that Mr. Elon Musk and others have talked about online that I've learned, the reason also why it is very unsafe to leave your body, such like astral traveling when taking a nap, or weird things, or hooking up to technologies, or spending maybe $4,000 on a quantum computer or more, it has to do with the fact that leaving your physical body is never a safe idea. You either have to really lucid dream and know what you're doing, or else you have to just not even do that. For me, if I were to not be allowed to leave my body, such like taking a nap and maybe not remembering the dreams, or just in general hooking up to any machine unintelligently to be like, I want to time travel, it seems cool. Now, I wonder the scary fact of who would jump into that body if I were just apparently plugged in, like I have witnessed aliens doing to one another, wanting to time travel for fun or to Mandela effect and change past, present, and future things. I am not schizophrenic, nor do I hallucinate in any way, but I imagine, what if this is actually the cause, besides taking medicines that do not fit for the body? What if those people fake time traveling have actually become schizophrenic in the way that things are not okay to jump into their physical body when they're in the non-physical astral traveling form? I think the idea of parallel universes and all of that drama are just the biggest waste of time and scam. And I also have a theory that for planet Earth, However many physical copies have been made of something are the ones that actually exist. Therefore, to travel and think that it's just a parallel universe, I wonder if it's just a setting from a quantum computer to be in a lower form of a dimension that is just on top of one another, but in a lower space of the black and white hole. For example, what if people wanted to test out dating or something and to temporarily become a time traveling ghost and to see if they like someone? And so now they have agreed to take a nap and download themselves into a quantum computer or something, which is just a theory of mine as I have never played with one. I wonder, do these people know how long exactly that their new consciousness has been split and how long they are just a setting still in a little space-time? Meaning, what if they feel trapped and unable to get back to their real body because now they've become a copy and agreed to copy themselves? What if the not allowed to be dead people were just really right next to you thinking that they were still alive, but really it's just themselves hanging on to a thread chain like simulation game of a parallel universe on top of one another, which is really just the same universe with a smaller space and time and more limitations for lifeline. Thank you. I hope that I have scared everyone on my planet to warn them about fake time traveling. This is definitely an issue that we will need to be working out.